Hey there, Keith O'Brien here with theauthenticnetworker.com, Kaizen Partners Online Marketing. So here we go, we're going to get started. Today's video, man, I got a zit. 41 years old and I've got a zit right smack in the middle of my forehead the day I want to do a video. Don't you hate that? Alright, well, let's get started. So today's video is all about video marketing and how to make a video that captures people's attention, that draws people in, that I'm going to get adjusted here in this chair, that really converts. Video marketing has become a massively popular way, for good reason, of marketing online, right? And so why is that the case? Well, it's because a couple of reasons. One is that, first of all, the search engines love Google. That makes a lot of sense. The search engines love video. Video can be very relevant. People love to view things through video. At least half of the population is visual learners, and so it's a very effective way of taking in information. And a lot of people actually would prefer to get something and review something in terms of information through video. Not to mention that Google owns YouTube, the largest video sharing site in the world, and so it ranks really well and can rank very quickly, right? And there's so many video sharing sites out there that you can get a lot of traffic to your blog, to your site, whether you rank or not, which is great, right? And so I just wrote an article about this today. I was on a webinar with online guru, online genius David Wood. And I'm sure if you've been around online marketing, you know who David is. If you don't, you can check him out on my article, which I'll give you a link for below this video. But let's dive in a little bit, okay? Let's dive in a little bit. What do you think of this hat? So I got this hat from my buddy out in Ojai, California. That's his logo for his wellness center called Fit Buddha, right? If you're into hats, you kind of get one that becomes your favorite pretty quick, right? And you end up wearing it all the time. It fits better than all the others. Well, Fit Buddha has become that hat for me. So anyway, so back at it. Okay, so David Wood laid out 6 steps to create captivating video. Now, this is a guy who has made tens of millions of dollars, mostly through video marketing, all right? So to say that he has something to share of value and knows what he's doing is an understatement. And I can point to example after example after example of people, friends of mine and colleagues and associates that have just crushed it during video. I mean, I have video that I'm getting leads from that I published 3-4 years ago that really was horrible stuff, right? You know, when you first get online and start making videos, they just suck. I don't care who you are, your first videos suck, okay? So I'm going to give you four components, right, to creating a great video that converts into sales. Okay, so the first one is you've got to grab people's attention, and there's something that you've got to do to create what's called a state change, right? All right. Now, if you notice, going back in this video, all right, I talked about my pimple. Now, yes, I have a pimple, and it was purposeful, right? So when you found this, you were probably doing something else. You were probably online, sifting around, and you know what? We're bombarded with information constantly, all right? And so I did that as a way to stop the automatic pilot from going in your brain and to focus your attention, right? Oh, hold on. I'm going to do another one right now. My food's done. I got to get it. All right, I'm back. So it's a great thing about being a home business entrepreneur is, there are no mistakes, right? So anyway, so I did that and I pointed out my pimple, right? One, because I didn't notice it, honestly, until I started doing the video. And 2, is it created a nice little pattern interrupt. The second one was purposeful. My hat, right? Okay, I took it off. It moved your mind around, all right, and then you were back refocused on the video. Okay, so that's, you got to create something in the first 60 seconds, if that. I would say 15 seconds to grab people's attention, to create a state change. Now, there's a couple of videos on this article on my blog that do that. One does it in the headline, one does it in the actual video, and they do it in a completely different way, and they draw us in as viewers, okay? So that's the first. You got to grab people's attention. Now, the second thing is you got to tell people what you're going to teach them, all right? You got to show them and tell them up front what you're going to teach them, right? And I did that with you already, right? I said I'm going to give you 4 steps, 4 techniques on creating video that captures leads and drives sales, right? And I did that even further in advance, right? All right. So you got to tell people what you're going to teach them up front, so they know that the rest of the video is going to be worth it. Okay? Now, I'm actually going to also reveal something at the end of this video that, should you choose to listen all the way through, I'm going to reveal a bonus strategy for you that isn't on the article, okay, that are really going to help you raise the conversion level of your sales, okay? So the third thing you've got to do, is you got to provide some real examples, some social proof. Now, we've done this already in this video with my buddy David Wood, okay? Now, the thing about David is, yes, he's made tens of millions of dollars online, okay? He started his own direct sales company. They paid out about $20 million in commissions the first year, all right? We're going to talk a little bit more about that here in a minute, all right? But he didn't start that way, right? He started out struggling in the industry, homeless in a van. Now, I know for me, when I came across this industry, I was still back in college, and I had started off in traditional network marketing, and that was not a successful path. I mean, I spent 2 years working full-time, and I never made a check over $1,500 a month. And I went, actually, after 2 years, 2.5 years, I was negative $35,000 in debt. I was only 22 years old, right? But I stuck it out. I started working, and I found a company, and more importantly, I think I found it within myself to really start applying some of the things that I was learning, and I just went to work hard, and created a 6-figure income my first year in the business, and just it's been an amazing experience ever since. But again, I've had, those first 2 years, my God, I know more ways to eat potatoes and top ramen than probably most people on the planet would ever want to know, right? So it's been an interesting journey. But you got to provide real examples. You got to provide real examples of people having success. Now, if you're first starting out, you don't have that success yourself, use other people's stories. Upline, sideline, downline. It doesn't even matter if they're connected to you. You can tell a story about anybody that's had success with what you're doing, okay? Now, this isn't just for direct sales or network marketing. If you're making a video on crocheting, how to become a world-class crocheter. I don't know anything about crochet, so this may sound really crazy and stupid. But there are examples of people that are good at it, right? And so you got to tell stories, all right? You got to give real proof, right? This is where celebrity endorsements come in. This is why testimonials, this is why people selling weight loss products, all they got to do is sling before and after pictures at you, and it's proof. It's social proof, okay? Now, number 4 is you've got to teach your stuff. You got to teach what you told them you're going to teach them. You've got to deliver on the promises that you made at the beginning of your video. Okay? All right. And you've got to do it well. You've got to do it well. If you're not an expert on something, go research it. Go find out and get really good content, training for people, and then give it to them. All right? Teach it. You can teach anything. And in the process of teaching something, you're going to become better at it. In the process of teaching something, you're going to become better at it. All right? Now, those are the 4 that I gave that I gave on my article. Okay, and if you go to the website right below the video here on YouTube, the link there below, you'll get over to that full article and you'll see a few more examples and things from that. Okay, but what I want you to do now is I want to give you that bonus little strategy. Okay, and I'm going to ask you to do something right now, because you're here and you're watching this video for a reason. Either you're looking to